All right, anyway, episode 5 of the Better Version podcast. Yeah, that's what it's being called now until further notice. Until we change this shit again, maybe not, who knows. But I wanted to start off with the oh shit.
What you got, man?
Now, is technology the mark of the beast, and will it destroy us?
Early softball question.
Yeah, early softball question. Nah, I did wanted to ask you, but I don't even know if you know about this. But you know about the green pill movement? No.
The green pill isn't. That's the
passport bros. Yeah. I was gonna ask you what y'all think about that.
Oh,
because they going in right now, but
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It's like there's a demand for a product. I mean, the product is women, not to be to objectify them, because we love women. They're wonderful creatures and shit like that. I already cursed. Anyways, so yeah, it's like there's a demand. The Western women. It's like I say, the reason women leave those countries is the same reason that men go. It's like it's diametrically opposed interests, and Western women, American women in particular, have become apparently unbearable to a lot of guys. So they're they're finding what they're getting their needs met elsewhere.
So the video we was just watching of Duke, that he's like part of that whole movement right there, right? And it's all about, hey, leave America. Ain't no point in dating women over here. Go find yourself a wife somewhere else, because they're more feminine, I guess, and all this other stuff that you would like. Yeah, I mean, it's less masculine. Women is what you try to imply. Another thing would be, the laws around here for how is not in your favor for if you with a chick, whether it's like child support or it's getting married and alimony, or it's like DV cases, domestic cases, or another reason. What's that?
I think it's the law. The law is really what it comes down to, where and the culture too, where it's like it is, in my opinion, so skewed to like the power balance is so skewed towards women in these countries, to the point where it's like men, most of us, our hands are pretty much tied. So it's like unless you're in that upper tier or whatever, it's like the juice is not really worth the squeeze. You might as well go to another country and like have a much easier time.
What's up? What about it?
Not sponsored by them.
Oh yeah, you're right. Kick that shit off.
Probably blur it out or some shit.
Yeah. You good with throwing that on the floor? So it's new, son. So it ain't edited. But I didn't think people could even see the brand on it because it's on one side.
Just in case.
Yeah, I feel you. Until we get sponsored.
Yeah, but So yeah, technology is the mark of the beast, though. It seems.
I mean that's just mislabeling what the mark of the beast really is.
I mean, I'm not too like knowledgeable about that. A lot of people like I listen to like a lot of what would be considered. I call them Christian truthers, and it's like everybody seem to have a different opinion on what it is. Like some people think that it's the thing,
the shot.
Yeah.
And or it's your phone.
Shot? Yeah, your phone, the
shot.
The injection. And yeah, they have a lot of different theories on what the quote unquote mark supposedly is. I never really went too deep on it, but I think it's a great metaphor.
I don't know what it is exactly. I assume of it as a metaphor of something bad that is supposed to.
So like what I know is like it's something like, okay, you won't be able to buy or sell without it. That's why a lot of people are saying it's going to be like these chips that they're trying to put in people So you can't buy or sell unless you have this chip inside your hand or you have,
Well, technically, people already got the whole Apple Pay. You don't even need a card no more.
right. It's just going to keep advancing from there. And like in fiction, there was a Twilight Zone episode where they showed this very thing. And it's like everybody's getting like barcodes scanned on them, either on their hand or on their forehead. And it was like, yeah, this is the mark, essentially. So, I mean, it's interesting to think about. I never really went too deep into it like that, but.
As much as growing up and I watched whatever movies and TVs, it looks like good is supposed to prevail.
it will eventually, but
good always prevails.
Yeah, it's kind of like Star Wars. It's like Star Wars or some shit.
It's like takes time though.
Yeah, so
it takes time for the good people to get off their asses and like actually push back. Because good people are tolerant. Good people are very tolerant.
People are doing it for the most part. There's the people you have that are doing the work. It's just there's a lot more people, kind of in what you're saying, sitting back. Like they have an opinion on what should be done, how it could be done, but not putting in any effort towards it.
What was that movie? It's like similar to I didn't even watch that Mad Max, but somewhere around that
Book of Eli.
Yeah, like Book of Eli. Like things have to get drastic in order for the good to happen.
Yeah,
but
like
that was all just to see. That's not exactly what I was getting at, because the Book of Eli was more on saving the last Bible and getting it out to everybody when it was always destroyed, and like it became so. I guess because it's a set of guiding principles, basically. Yeah, like, and it'll move people. The Bible, you use it as good lingo and people are captivated by it. So
come on, man, don't do that.
I mean, that's what it can do. A lot of people who's gotten on, not to say they bad at anything, but you got a lot of people who picked up the Bible. I read this. You know what? I start talking about it. I start trying to give my interpretations, and now I have a whole business behind it. You see a lot of people like that. Like there's this one dude I see on the gram. He's like a soft version of it, and I don't know his name, but this dude, I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't want to hear this from you. But you know what? There's other people whose pastors or priests that, it's more digestible with coming from him,
I mean, for the most part, even for some of those things people listen to, that's when you're just following something without actually doing the work yourself,
Putting in any of that work in, yeah. A lot of fake Christians, as you would call it, right?
Like they say that. I'm going to say they'd rather the Spark Notes.
They say faith without works is dead, right? So, faith without works is dead.
Faith without works is dead.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know if people really know that.
Yeah, that's very commonly quoted.
They should have put that in the front of the Bible. Yeah,
you're supposed to actually put this stuff into practice,
Yeah, but yeah, for the we went straight off and back to the Mark of the Beast. That's originally was. I don't know exactly the meaning of it, and I'm pretty sure someone has their interpretation, because it seems like everybody has their definition of it.
Yeah.
But I just assume it's just something that we are given to make us for our downfall.
Yeah, I think the overall theme that everybody can pretty much agree on about the mark is, it's like, this is marking you as the property of the evil forces of the world, and you are compliant, and your compliance with those forces. So like, that's why I like certain fiction, like cyberpunk and shit like that, where I keep saying that's word, but so basically there's a lot of people who conform to the hyper technological society, and they live, in that society, and then there's people who are still kind of on the outskirts, and those people are like, probably have a more difficult time, because there's like there's at least a low level of pressure to conform to the techno metropolis society that everybody else is in, pretty much.
I mean. A milli. Nah, You know what I say for yeah, technology's been great. The dude who invented the AC, a black dude, I forgot his name exactly, but I thank him because wow, AC is great. Like this is a different type of living with it. So
yeah, AC is really an important component.
So it's so many different technologies that got us living today. Like sleep apnea machines or whatever they have in the defibrillators. Like you got things that's saving our lives. So it's like technology has its good and its bad, right?
Yeah, it's a trade-off. Like technology always comes with the trade-off. I think one of the probably better analogies that I've heard is this guy named Jacques Ellul. He wrote about he wrote a book called Technological Slavery. He's kind of like one of the pioneers of like, technology is, and what it does. And he said something like, so when a person gets
around my bad.
This was a long time, in like 60s, and then like the 60s.
So he's around like the Ted Kaczynski era, right?
It's his mentor.
Oh wow. Okay.
But yeah, so he made an analogy about so when cars are great and whatever, it gives a lot of convenience, but when you get in a car accident, it's like, okay, you're an organ donor, so it's almost like you saved someone's life by being an organ donor, but you had to die in this car accident in order to give the person the organ. It was kind of like an analogy like that. So it's kind of just like demonstrating the trade-off of modern day conveniences that we have.
I mean, hey, in that same car accident, that technology of that ambulance taking you back to the hospital and saving your life, it's not. Now, is it a trade-off again, or is it back to like? I mean, it's two goods right there.
Well,
I mean, one bad and one good.
The automobile itself, though, is like, because you got to think about like all the infrastructure, like the paving of the roads.
Yeah. Because I think about there was this show, if it finished quick, The Nick, right? It's about like the 1920s of when they was just starting to like do breakthroughs on surgeries, like a lot of people was dying from a hernia.
Polio, shit like that.
Yeah, and the dude. So they showed in the in that show, they were showing dudes was getting horse and carriage to the hospital. Like a lot of people's you
definitely dying.
Yeah, you dead. Like
okay, so I guess so. Here's the question that we're kind of getting at. I think so. It's like, is death always bad? Because it seems to me, because think about it. You think about it in nature, right? It's like rabbits, right? They breed like crazy.
Just to be eaten.
Right. But they have to be, because if they weren't eaten, their population would be insane, and they would literally be swarming all over, kind of like insects and things like that. So it's like, it's a balance between like life and death, and it kind of needs to be maintained. It seems to me.
I mean,
that's how it works in nature.
The circular life is when the death is. Yeah, watching The Lion King, they left out some parts.
What parts? It's a kids movie, and stuff was happening. It's just happening where you're not paying attention to what's happening.
Yeah,
it's easy for us to like be like, okay, we want to cure and have like death prevention for everything, but there's a lot of baggage that comes with that. That's probably not necessarily great.
And you can't have death prevention for everything, because in order to live, you need to eat, and other things need to eat, and this whole
other things need to
ecosystem.
Die in order so we can.
All this whole ecosystem is made a way where things get eaten. Well,
right.
Whatever animals get eaten by other animals.
Even in a metaphorical sense. So it's like, yeah, we eat animals and stuff, and even like even if you just eat vegetables, like you still have to farm the vegetables. Like there's a lot of destruction of the animals' environments that goes into getting your vegetables and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's just the way it works, apparently.
That's just the way it works.
Yeah. That's the way love goes.
It's a metaphor too, because like I said, we eat animals, but we also kind of prey on each other. Like rich people get rich, poor people get more poor.
Oh, the
I don't
class
know.
system is still in effect.
I don't know
Absolutely.
if poor people get more poor. How do you get more poorer? Because if you,
I mean, it's just you lose what you already have. So
what do you?
That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible too.
okay, so through inflation, right? This is poor people getting poorer. Through inflation, say you have no money in the bank or barely any, you living check to check.
Mm-hmm.
Another year comes around, inflation's going, you got no raise, or if you got one, your raise don't keep up with inflation anyway, and all the items are getting more expensive. You just got poorer.
Yep. It's a predatory system. There's a saying in the Bible that I like where it says, "He who has shall be given more, and he who hasn't, what little he has shall be taken."
Oh, man.
The Bible has bars. Like
Yeah, they got a lot of bars in there. That's just mad.
the Bible
crazy.
has bars for days. Like
Okay. Now, poor people getting poor, the rich getting rich. I was about to say,
they just they devise new schemes to rob us.
so I mean, is the route you trying to say is we got to be like these commies over there? Like we got to be a socialist system in order for people to?
That doesn't work.
The irony,
so I thought.
the irony is that we have.
So there's no really way to work it.
There is the irony is that I think it's like there's some really powerful people who actually are trying to move us towards a system like that because we have the technology where it could possibly work now.
Socialism could actually work.
I think we have the technology where it could if we don't have to call it that, but it's kind of like China doesn't call themselves capitalists, but
Yeah, that's for the people who's not involved in the system to call it that.
So yeah, it's like you notice we're hearing more about universal basic income these days, and because the workforce again, the technology has gotten to a point where they don't need as many slaves. I'll just say it straight up, right? So that's why that's why I also think they're trying to depopulate too as well, but they're trying to be slick about that.
I mean, they don't need to though. Honestly, like everybody's having less kids all around the world.
That's true. And
the interest is not up there to be having.
There's a lot of woods in the fire, right? So it's like that's why I think there's certain things being promoted these days, like certain lifestyles, let's say, which don't necessarily result in procreation.
Yeah.
And things of that nature. And like Roe v. Wade, you can still do your thing, and as far as that goes, if you're in the right state. But I don't think this is kind of like conspiracy shit, low shit. But I think like they got rid of that because they don't really need to be as adamant as about allowing that these days, because they have like other means of controlling the population.
Right. So is Roe v. Wade is unnecessary for the simple fact that we've curated a better move
you're right,
to
in
getting
terms
rid
of
of human beings or stopping
right.
the population.
That's my theory.
Oh, okay. I mean, a lot of people got that theory. That's now I would have lined that up with for people who's I guess I ain't talking about this subject. We're gonna get to the next subject then.
Oh, you got the list ready?
Yeah, well, not really, cause
What was the subject?
well, this was more life thought thinking, but what do you? Oh, you know what? I be getting these subjects when either I'm mad or but it's only during like working out. Whether it's from biking in the park and someone getting in my way or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna come up with a subject. Whether a lot of times here's why I'm like, damn, it's better to run than to bike, because you could get the runner's high and you could be in a good mood. Biking, I get the option to get mad.
You don't be in a good mood biking?
Nah, because there be too much people getting in my way. That should be getting me mad.
You going a little too fast?
No, I'm not going. I don't have a fast bike.
No, I mean like you're going too fast for the foolishness that's happening.
Nah, not fast enough. So then I gotta now running. I could still have that same problem.
Yeah.
because there's always idiots in the way. But now, hey, if I'm doing this in a gym, I don't have to deal with that. But that's how I'm coming up with these topics, so they not going much. But I was gonna ask you about what do you why?
Come on.
This shit is funny though, son. Yo, why is delusion at an all-time high nowadays?
Well, comfort.
Well, I was gonna say, so it's a lot to tie into your delusions nowadays. Think about it. There's YouTube, pretty much all that you watch.
Yeah.
There's Instagram, pretty much all the stuff that you view.
Yeah.
You know,
TikTok.
and then there's the internet where it's just so much platforms for you to just tie into all the things you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just confirmation bias over and over again.
Yeah, they specifically designed it that way. It's like you only see the stuff you want to see, even the advertisements. You know, it's specifically geared towards what you like. You only go to the communities that you like, unless you know you're some kind of masochist. There's a lot of people like that too. And like you only talk to the community. It's like everything is an echo chamber now. Yeah. So it's like you can just live in your own world. And it's gonna get, even as we get like virtual reality and all this stuff, like as that goes forward, it's like it's only gonna get worse. Where you can just lock yourself in your own fantasy world permanently. Thing, I don't think so. I think we need more friction. We can't just be like we're social creatures fundamentally, unless we just
There's gonna be a well. You say that, right? We're social creatures.
Fundamentally, we can change.
There was a time when we weren't so social because we weren't all congested together. And
we were social the whole time.
We were probably more social.
You want to survive?
Yeah, you needed your tribe or whatever. But I guess you could say, I don't know. It depends on this perspective you're coming from. You, in some way, you might say, "Oh, we're more social now because we're more connected. We have all these means of connecting with each other."
Like we all can know about each other's day without even having our phone numbers anymore.
Is that social? Though it's not like the same.
What's your foot?
It's not the same like visceral experience of.
Keep kicking it, bro.
Yeah,
it's not up the whole pod, bro.
It's not the same visceral experience that we're having. It's like now we're experiencing each other primarily through screens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's not real social, but it's
it's not like
it seems like it's good enough though.
I don't know.
Like I just seen my one of my friends is having another baby, and I was like, oh, all right, congratulations. But I don't go around them anymore because I'm not like, I don't even live in the same state as them, so I can't really check on them and something like that. But so like it seems like good enough social for.
I guess it depends on like.
I mean, it still is. Think about it. If you had to write them a letter, and y'all was waiting for letters back and forth, you would say, "Kept in contact with this guy for years."
Yeah. Okay.
It's also like we're millennials. I want to say we're all millennials.
No, don't label me that. I'm not that.
We're not gonna do these alternative facts. You're a millennial. It is what it is.
No.
We're of a certain generation.
You know why I can't consider myself that? Because I don't know who came up with that bullshit. You ain't just gonna label me whatever
that's a good point.
Bullshit y'all come up with.
It's not
bro.
really that new anyway.
Nah, it's sucker shit, bro. That's what
it's not.
All right, let's say we're all.
Here's the thing, right?
It is what
a lot of people like to say new terms, and I'd be like, yo, if these terms came out after 2005, yeah,
but it's not
for that.
See, okay,
but
that one is
not for that term specifically. Nah, I don't know who invented that.
Who invented generation names for generations?
Yeah, who's naming these? Who's come? Because if I want to come up with a better name than that bullshit, that's
why. Millennial? Why? It makes sense.
Nah, that shit sounds.
You were alive at the turn of the millennium.
That's cool, but that shit still sounds whack to me. So I don't.
Bro. All right, whatever. Let's call it something else.
Yo, I have rights.
Nah, we're not about to tie into your delusion, man.
What do you mean delusion? That's not a delusion.
Bro. That is.
I really know. I really want to just check on yo, who's coming?
No, you have a point.
There's
though.
a lot of sucker shit being said.
You do
There's
have a point.
new words being invented every day. And I'm like, yo, who's validating this bullshit? Like, I was just watching somebody. Somebody was talking about the people who invented the term toxic masculinity, right?
Yeah.
It was two bozos. Now, I'm not going to get into...
That one doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but again, it goes into question all this shit, regardless of when it came actually, really.
Yeah.
Yo, question all this shit. Yo, who's making this shit up? Nah, this shit sound whack to me.
No, one of the things like they call one of the...
It's not... Sorry, but to me, if it ain't science... where we can have a peer review on it, and that's when it gets respected. Like, this is it is what it is. This ain't fucking science. This is whoever dickhead who came up with this shit, bro.
Well, with the generations, with the science behind that, it's more so.
There's no science behind that, bro. Naming different generations ain't no science.
No,
behind
I'm not
that,
talking about the name. I'm talking about just breaking down timelines for generations.
No, that only works because millennial is only named. That's the only generation named millennial. Generation Z and generation.
Yeah, because a millennium. How often is a millennium?
Yeah, you want to talk about the science of what a millennium is. The rest of the generations, then the name of those generations,
I wasn't going
there's no
that
science
with
behind
the science
it. So that's why I'm. So
more so, the generations is named according if something significant happens.
Yeah, so that's not science.
But they're calling the, like, I think the latest one is Generation Alpha, and I kind of talked about this, but like Generation Z and then Generation Alpha, so it's like resetting humans or some shit.
No, they just starting over the alphabet.
Yeah, so that's kind of like why I think your point is valid, because it's like, who's coming up with this shit? And like they're labeling people based on
I need to come up with this shit because I have better names.
Doesn't matter.
Based on
what's the name doing to you?
It's grouping me with a bunch of suck ass bitches.
Kind of like African American.
Nah, I'm not. I can't be.
That's like saying you don't want to be called in the year. Say you don't want to be. I don't want to be put in the year with people born in '88. I don't want to be put in the year with people born in '87.
No.
It's like African American.
It isn't what it is, because once it's grouped in, there's a lot of sucker shit that occurs with
this
people.
One just means when you were born.
Remember, people have misinformation, right? They'll say some shit about millennials and be like, "Yo, bro, that's got nothing to do with
me." Even when you say millennials, if you're not talking about a specific thing they went through for their timeline, the rest of it is just an opinion. Who cares?
Opinions get imposed onto.
It can be used. It's a label that can be used to like stereotype people.
That's true, bro. We can't shit like everybody's opinion.
I mean, we're not taking everybody's opinion, but over time, repeating opinions, that shit has an effect. People start to narrate the same narration.
Lies long enough, it becomes the truth.
There you go. So that's why I be like, yo, watch it.
Your truth.
As there's no such thing as your truth, right? There's no such. That's why, for that right there, there's no scientific evidence with that. So miss me with that shit. Don't call me a millennial. Don't mention me around those characters either.
Oh man,
that's how I gotta keep it real, because you know what? People will take in information, and the more bullshit that you feed them, is you gotta pay attention to the words you say, right? There's a lot of words that people say that they don't know the definition, and now we don't have no real communication. Because if we're talking, right, the point of talking is to communicate. The point of communicating is for us to understand each other, whether we agree or disagree. Now, if I'm telling you some bullshit and you don't understand me, now we're going in circles, or we're going nowhere fast for a long time with misinformation or not even understanding each other. Mm-hmm. So that's why I take words seriously. Like, people need to stop bullshit.
Bro, this ain't one of those to do.
Nah, it is though.
I agree.
There's certain terms that I am gonna do that with. Like, I'm not gonna be on some bullshit with that. Like, nah, you gonna talk when you talking to me. You ain't gonna be telling me no slick shit. Like, nah,
that ain't
I
no
ain't
slick shit though.
It is
like,
to me.
So
nah, bro. Nah.
I know you're not coming at me like that, but
we're not gonna do those.
But people might people are gonna see this and they might channel in or start. They might adapt some of our talking points or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah.
I think the ultimate point you're trying to make, I think, is that labels matter, and it's like you don't know the intention behind why that label was created, and like how it can be employed to like characterize a group of people, and you don't necessarily match the group that you're trying to be lumped in with. That is a valid point.
Facts.
But anyways, as I was saying. The older group of we're in an age group where like we still have a little more, you know, quote unquote humanity, if you want to call it that, right? Mm-hmm. But the younger people, they're the ones who are like growing up with the technology, and it's like it shaped their whole world, you know. Like there's certain ways that they don't socialize anymore, and they were groomed in that system, as opposed to us, where it's like. We grew up different, where we like our social contact. We got both. Yeah, we kind of had like the best of both worlds.
I see older people who is glued, like young kids who's glued to TikTok. Old people glued to Facebook.
But the old people had the chance. Like they had the chance to have a different sort of thing. They grew up before they had even.
But now that honestly, like internet and stuff.
Yeah, they had the chance to be just bored. That shit is now. I don't think it was boring. You don't.
I actually think there was more excitement. It was more fun.
I don't think you have. When I say bored, like not minus excitement, but right now, like I don't think you even have the option to be bored unless your Wi-Fi goes out or your phone battery dies.
I think you're not looking into it. This younger generation has a lot going on mentally.
Yeah, but they don't be bored.
No,
they're entertained by something on their phone.
Even that entertainment, it's not after the same couple hits of dopamine. It's not the same anymore.
No, diminishing returns.
Yeah,
it may be, but they're not bored.
Well, you might not think they're bored, but they're bored.
They're overstimulated.
They can have a gaming system, the TV on, the iPad on, and on their phone, and still be like, "Yeah."
I know a dude my age who was doing that.
And be like, "Yeah, I'm not really doing nothing. I'm bored."
It's like they're being bombarded.
Like, boy, you watching like 5 things. How you bored? Maybe you need to turn that off and tune into real life.
Yeah,
because they're not living in the moment. They're just like being bombarded by a bunch of different stimuli, and it's kind of like mixing together, and it's like a blank slate almost. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of like a good analogy probably was like when you're out. I feel like when I'm walking in Manhattan or whatever, and it's like a bunch of cars and it's a bunch of noise and stuff. Somehow it's like really quiet.
Your brain starts to just shut some stuff off.
Like, it's like
you won't focus on where you're going now.
You enter like it's called an alpha state. Some people call it like an alpha state, and it's so like your mind is still absorbing this bullshit information, but you're not really
Super Saiyan or some shit like that.
You're not really conscious as you're absorbing all this shit, though.
Wait, did I send you that?
Nah.
Again, you're not living in the moment.
Send me later. Yeah. We ain't. Wait, do people want to live in the moment anymore?
I think it's more satisfying when you're actually present.
No, that actually takes a lot, because then that's being present. To be present is that it's almost a skill now.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's what everybody's running from.
Should people live in the moment then?
Should be able to, at the very least.
I had a conversation with one of my friends, and I was like, "Yo, when's the last time you did a vacation and you left your phone inside the hotel with the family and you went around?" He's like, "Nah, I ain't doing that. Why not? I want to take a picture to remember this so it lasts." I was like, "Yeah, you're not interested in living in the moment."
There's a difference in those type of vacations. When you actually get involved,
nobody's going on vacation without their phone or leaving their phone.
But I'm saying like actually being in the moment and taking in all that's happening. Like you pay attention to what the people's doing, what you hearing. Just people's regular conversation and actually paying attention.
You could do some of that, but you're still gonna be on your phone.
Yeah, but
people ain't doing that.
All right, us on vacation though. How often? I don't even remember anybody on their phone.
I was on my phone. It was
on their phone in the house.
Yeah, I was on my phone in the house.
Using the phone, setting up stuff. That's different.
That too, but I was on my phone.
When we was hanging out, you wasn't on your phone.
I've recorded a lot of Instagram stories. I got a lot of evidence.
Yeah, you took your phone out for blip certain moments, but
Yeah.
other than that, we was having a blast, man.
Yeah, we need to go back. Damn.
Yeah,
we need to go back.
we was living.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. I mean, it's the same thing that goes on over here for me, but it's more of it's better.
Like I was just on my phone for a lot of this, the beginning of this.
Yeah, a better environment.
I had
Yeah.
to get that grocery order in though.
Oh, okay. You cut off you cut the Prime back on.
Huh?
Cut Prime back on.
Nah.
Nah. Oh, okay. Nah, you ain't giving your bread to King Bezos no more.
I mean, at some point, I know he's gonna get it back, but for now,
Don't worry, King Bezos gonna get you some way or another. But
I'm not like I'm going to stop using them. So
nah, I don't know why I don't mess with I don't mess with Amazon. Like it's mad convenient, but for some reason I'm like I don't know.
not for nothing. I think they got me. The speed at what they're able to do things at, unless it's like something high quality, like a high quality supplement or something. Then I'm like, yeah, nah, I need this from the manufacturer. I don't want nothing old.
Okay.
No slight color variations, nothing.
But there you go. Amazon lets you live in the moment. This is not sponsored by Amazon.
Oh man.
Damn, son.
Instant gratification.
Damn, yeah. That is a key focus. But so, I mean, you feel it's better to live in the moment. But for other people, I just gave you someone who defended, so I can remember, take pictures and all that, and they're recording or whatever. They're not putting their phone down and leaving it in the hotel or whatever, even on a resort. I think about doing that when I'm on vacation because I heard somebody say that, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and that's what I do. But certain vacations, yeah, I'm gonna have the phone out because I am recording some of it, but for the most part, I leave my phone
It's like
alone.
if you do it in moderation, it's like whatever. Like you know, if you. But there's
What's the
again,
moderation? Because
I guess you gotta go by your own discretion. But it seems like again when I watch the young people and stuff, it's like they will go to a concert and the whole time they're recording.
yeah, with their phone.
Like,
Oh
the
yeah.
whole time.
See, that's
That's a
another
different
event.
type of
for me.
concert.
That's another event for me. Like, I went to the concert. Yeah, I'm watching. I think this is Migos and Future. I went to this concert. I was like, all right, let me record this. All right, that's enough. Yeah. And I'm listening and I'm enjoying the concert, right? And then I see people. I'm like, all right, yeah. There's always phones up.
Phones all in your way.
Yeah. Well, they wasn't in my way with my seats, but people just have to. Yeah, I was here, so I gotta show off this to the rest of the people, and then like now it makes me think of people when I'm riding my bike and I see people like trying to take a picture in the park, and I was like, yo, like just take a picture of some random thing in the park, and I was like, yo, that shit is going to nowhere. Like,
I mean, all right, boom. All right, for that one, I can say that's a little different, depending what they're taking a picture of.
It could be some bullshit. Mind you, this is a picture that's going nowhere. Like, think about.
Like, I take pictures of random sunsets.
Think about in 100 years, right? When most of us is
Gone.
Yeah, because
All of us.
we only get 100 years of this shit, really. But
Maybe.
If you're lucky.
I'm about to say
Yeah.
that's a small percentage of people getting that.
so I don't know if it was Kanye. It's like, yo, you only get 100 years at this, so make this mean as much as this could mean for you.
Shoot, and are you getting a good 100? Even if you do make it.
Yeah,
The last
but
30 might be in pain. Probably 50.
yeah. Nah, I'm clocking out. I see y'all on the next side. I ain't doing that full 100, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, in 100 years, right? Think about all of us, right, and all the people that's been in our generation that passed, that moves on, transitions to wherever. They pictures and they phones and all that. All them pictures, because we're part of the generation that has the most pictures.
Mm-hmm.
All that is gonna go nowhere. Most of it is gonna go nowhere. Like I have to like every year I have to take photos off my phone because of the memory just to document what year, and then I still haven't went back and just deleted all the garbage that I have.
It's like it's oversaturated.
Yeah.
So it's like there's too many. There was a time where having a picture of something that actually had meaning, because it wasn't like
Damn.
a regular thing like that. Everybody has pictures of.
I remember photo spots.
Yeah.
Or even when the camera phone dropped. Oh man.
Yo, yeah. Damn, when you see I see a picture of LeBron with a flip phone recording one of the dunk contests.
Yeah.
and I was
that's
thinking
a
about
nice flip phone.
Yeah, that was one of them Sprint joints when Sprint had the best camera phone.
Yeah.
Yo, we need some sponsors by Sprint too. All right. Wait, they out of business. Oh, they
merged.
They merged.
merged. Yeah. All right, T-Mobile, send a check. But yeah. So it's like, all right, now that I could pay attention to that person who's wasting time, taking a picture of some bullshit. We spend a lot of time. We spend a lot of time wasting time on things to waste time on. But it's living in the moment for them, right? Is taking pictures is living in the moment?
In a way, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Because
that's what a lot of people's doing for the most part, you know. Just documenting the moment in time for them.
You ain't gonna remember when you was well, I don't know. People be jumping on drugs and then recording or take or nah. I think what is it? Mushrooms.
Some shit might happen to make you remember. You never know.
People on mushrooms, I don't hear none of them talk about recording this. People drunk, they recording this.
Shrooms a little different though. Shrooms is definitely in the moment.
Okay, that's living in the moment.
Depending on you in the moment for real.
You tried it?
Yes, sir.
Is similar to weed? What more than weed? What?
I want to say. Not at all close. Not at all
close.
I mean, I did both at the same time because I read that weed would keep you from going overboard and keep you more in control.
Did it do that?
I think so, because when I've done it without weed, it was kind of like, whoa.
Yo, don't do drugs, people.
Yeah, really
don't do drugs.
I mean, mushrooms are natural, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of natural death for you out there if you're going for it.
Don't do drugs, including alcohol. Stay away from it all.
Definitely.
You can have a better life, I think.
A more productive life.
Yeah. Progression is succession, right?
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, you killed my slogan. I was about to sell that as a bumper sticker.
You can still do it. People buy a lot of stuff.
Nah. You know what they gonna put that as a bumper sticker, and then your bumper sticker is gonna be like, yeah, nah, right next to it. So, all right, we could come up with that, but. All right, shit. Music, living in the moment?
What do you mean?
That's not living in the moment.
It depends on the context.
What do you mean, listening to the music?
Listening to music is not living in the moment.
It depends. If the music is like for the purpose of just having fun in the moment, but then again, if it's like some sad love song or something and you're, reliving your heartbreak.
That's okay. You can still be living in the moment. You're living in that moment of sadness.
Damn.
But that's the past.
No, I said that moment. That's the present.
I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of semantics.
Reminiscing to the past is not living in the moment for the present.
No, I said that moment of sadness. You're sad at the current time because of something
in the past.
Yeah,
it's all the same, really.
But right now,
Yeah, nah. Hey, you dad, you don't enjoy it, bro. Waiting for tonight. Nah, oh man, so damn. Any other key reasons for why delusion is at an all-time high?
Yeah, we got it already.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's too easy to get wrapped up in your own bullshit. That's all it really is.
It's a lack of friction and a lack of contact, and it's like we all have we have an unprecedented ability to live in an echo chamber, to just have a bunch of like cushions around ourselves to where we don't have to experience anything that is disagreeable to us.
Well, I mean, phones is what's really making it easy.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you have to go out to people, if you have to expose yourself to different things all the time, there's no way you can stay inside of your own delusions for too long. So somebody's going to challenge that.
And I think the whole lockdown stuff is really just pushed that even more.
Yeah, to extreme
social
level.
distancing, staying in the house, working from home, like, you know, wearing a mask, you know, being afraid that your neighbor might cough. Like it's really disconnected humanity from just itself.
You better
in a
not
way.
cough.
So, what about because you said it's echo chambers. I was thinking about, and I'm like, what about things? I see dumb shit all the time that goes viral that comes through that I will see, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to see this nonsense, but it's still, I get to still see it. It still pushes on to me. So, are we not still getting are we still not? Well, I guess yeah, it is lighter that little things seep through that it's not a.
Yeah, I mean
still
it's
an
there,
echo
but guess
chamber.
what you could do real quick? Scroll.
People don't just scroll that shit that gets them mad. That shit don't happen.
Well, I mean,
Like,
yeah,
like, you gonna be like,
that's
yo,
like the news. Like
really?
the news come on saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff. You like, no way that's happening.
That's where cancel culture comes in, because it's like, oh, this hurt my feelings so bad that we need to shut this down, and I'm gonna get everybody else that's offended, and we're gonna get this person canceled, or we're gonna get this person banned from this platform, or
And it don't even be the person that.
it's like what happened to Andrew Tate.
Damn, that was funny though.
I mean, I
Just-
still see his content everywhere though. So.
Yeah, I still see that shit
Everywhere.
with that meme of Spider-Man. Wherever I go, I still see.
That was funny.
Yeah, but damn. So is he really banned?
Yeah, definitely.
Like his account is banned, but if you still see him, is he really
Still see it
banned?
because everybody else.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's a significant drop for me. There was a time where I was seeing him, and like since he got banned, I don't. Really
know
get
what? You are
adjusted
right.
to his videos like that
I
anymore.
still see him everywhere, but
It's a significant drop.
you don't see him as
Like
often.
I could go on YouTube right now, and I'm gonna see some clip that has him in it.
Do this. Change your IP real quick, and go back into YouTube on a private browser.
Well, then again,
He might be gone.
is he banned from all?
He's banned from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I think those are the
He
big three that I
deleted
know.
his YouTube.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Dang.
But yeah, before they banned him, he deleted it. But
He's on Rumble,
yeah,
but
he's
it's like
over there.
nobody goes on Rumble like
I'm
that.
about to
Yeah.
ask you, what is that?
So
I
it's a
didn't
YouTube
know.
alternative.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't look like a YouTube alternative though.
It doesn't look like it.
It
but, you
looks
know,
like,
it functions the same.
Damn,
pretty
you know what I
much.
used to watch back in the days instead of YouTube sometimes? Daily Motion.
Yeah, Daily Motion used to have.
They
it.
used to have all
They still there. They
It's
still
true.
there. They still there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they be they look better. They
upgraded?
yeah, they upgraded. It's definitely upgraded, but it's not what it's not. It's like it probably tried to go in the direction of YouTube. It just YouTube took the steam and just kept
Yeah.
going even into
further,
the
yeah.
yeah.
Monopolized
Because
it.
they did used to
Yeah.
have a lot of videos. That
Yeah,
YouTube
Daily
didn't have.
Motion was like, yeah, I need to see this. All right, it's on here.
Yeah.
YouTube don't got it.
Right.
Whatever. But yeah, I forgot about that. I'm like, yo, damn.
Yeah,
we
no,
should
it popped into my mind.
We definitely post this up on Daily Motion too. That's another alternative. Because I don't even be thinking, yo, what is the alternatives to YouTube, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's just that again, YouTube has monopolized the market.
got it.
video
They
market,
got it a
right?
lot.
Like, yeah,
Damn, but why do they have it on lock? Like,
they were the first. They were the biggest. They had. I think it seemed like they had the most funding, and then Google bought them.
Just say
oh
popular.
yeah. I gotta give it to just Google is the reason why.
No, because they had it before Google.
No,
Google kind of sealed it.
Yeah,
I think
they
there was still
sealed-
some room for competition before that.
Yeah,
but like,
because there was like that was like I remember when WorldStar first came out, right? I put a lot of people onto it, but then there was also another website on Smash.com, right?
Yeah.
That was like their competition, but they just never kept
They
it
kind
up.
of fizzled out.
Yeah.
here's the thing though. YouTube is dead. You know why?
Why?
TikTok.
No.
The young people. It's not. It's
Well,
like,
YouTube already came back with their own YouTube
Yeah,
Shorts.
Shorts,
YouTube
yeah.
Shorts.
And they are really popular.
Yeah,
TikTok.
but it's not. It's not.
TikTok, man.
It's popular with. I see people around my age group. YouTube Shorts is popular, but I don't see nobody young.
It's
No,
not-
but
it's
even-
not- it's
alright,
not
put
at
it
that
like this.
TikTok level.
It can't be
Yeah.
dead
It's
because
just
there's
not.
videos that drop on YouTube and get 1 million views same day.
Yeah, people still.
So that's a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah,
Same
but
thing
where's
with
the foot
TikTok, though,
traffic
like-
from? You know, it's like, and then you know what?
It's people are
TikTok,
watching.
TikTok seems exaggerated to me sometimes. Like
How so?
when I hear some people who talked about, oh yeah, we just got 30 million views, in like a small time span. I was like 30 million views, right?
There's like 4 billion people who have TikTok installed or something like that. It's like, and the reason I say that is because it's like, again, young people. The like our attention spans are like systematically being made shorter.
But all right, now if we doing the math on views, right?
Mhm.
Since TikTok is so short, right? Is it really that much of a view if someone goes and watch a 6-second clip over and over again?
If they watch those 6-second clips for 10 hours, it's like potato chip.
Yeah. So it's not really like
Keep eating potato chips.
that's why I feel like I'm like, damn, that sounds like the views are exaggerated. Like 30 million views doesn't mean that 30 million people watch this shit. It means it was seen maybe 30 million times. But
That logic
it could be
would
less.
apply better to YouTube, I think, because it's like
That's
the videos are longer. This 1 hour video is like, who really sat and watched this kind of thing? Whereas that TikTok video,
people leave it
only
in
a
the
few
background. People leave it in the background. with
yeah,
it.
whereas that TikTok video, it's only a few seconds. So
I don't know. I'm gauging my experience on it. Like, I don't watch things on YouTube
as a person
over and
in
over.
this age group,
Yeah.
that's what I keep coming back to.
My son trying to break this mixer by any means.
Nah, but it is a centimeter away from me. I can't really.
Nah, we'll switch up the area and the setting. Get something more luxurious.
Luxurious than that.
Yeah, we'll fix that son. Damn. So with all delusions at an all-time high,
My truth, yeah, like we were saying before.
yeah. See, now when someone says that, I'll be like, all right, now you trying to say some bullshit.
Switched
my
over
truth.
into the derelict category.
Yeah, like you're not trying to be realistic anymore. Trying to,
Yes.
that's a high delusion.
That's
Why?
that's
My
that's,
truth?
that's where we're at now.
Because people who say my truth don't realize there's no ownership on truth.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you don't just get to do that.
yeah.
Yes, those are the times we live in, I guess. Again, with the echo chamber, so that's why we have.
Even though you said that, you know what? I get into another discussion of what is truth.
Well, truth is the thing that everyone knows, but most people fear. That's my profound statement of the day.
That sounded fire. I mean, it's not right, but
It's true. Most people not fear the truth to some extent? Like
I don't think
inconvenient truths.
well,
the truth always is pretty much.
the statement was most people know that everyone fears, and I was like, nah, people don't have to fear the truth.
They don't have to, but they do.
I mean, some people
Truth is
do.
always tough.
Yeah.
It's always a tough pill to
It's
swallow.
another wrong statement. The truth is not always tough. The truth could be something real easy.
Yeah, I mean, when
Like-
it's not involving you, but most of the time when it involves you, it's
Like, look, the truth is you're wearing a gray shirt. The truth is you're wearing a red shirt. Was that tough or fearful? Nah.
yeah. That's a really quick
But
one.
what?
But it's the truth, right? But
The
only
truth is,
No.
Alright,
On that note, we should
cut that off right there.
Yeah,
Shit, we gave
conservative.
enough time.
yeah, that was it right there.
Damn, my son just had to hit it with it. Hit it with it. Anyway, yeah, we'll cut that out. Don't worry. This part right here that we saying we'll cut that out.
Patreon.
Yeah, but not Patreon, because they ain't the subject of any of my discussions. They ain't.
But it was like the perfect thing, though. It's the perfect manifestation of what we're talking about.
What? No, it isn't.
Delusion?
Oh, we was off delusion. We was talking about truth now. That was the opposite, right?
You can't
Is it
talk
not?
about truth without delusion. It's like they're You know, they're kind of like
no
opposed to each other.
We've already spoke on delusion and gave our thing on it, but then after speaking about truth, you mentioned something that's not true.
Which is what?
A subject that I could care less about. That's what. All right.
Yeah,
for the purposes of this podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, again, you know, here's another thing with podcasting, right? Talk about the things you want to talk about, right? And
I just talk the way I want to, and I like, you know, like I'm not gonna be too crazy because, you know.
Yeah, but all right, so
I just talk like a normal conversation, you know, and the camera just happens to be on.
Mm-hmm. Now I go into shit could be a part of a normal conversation, but if the conversation always comes to a certain subject that is not like affecting us, or it's not even affecting us, if it comes to a subject that is
it doesn't
not
exist in a
important,
vacuum. It doesn't exist in a vacuum.
It's not on my echo chamber, right? Or it could be, but
it's like
it's not a progressive thing for me. So why focus or even bring it up every conversation?
Because it matters. It's like it has an effect. It like I said, it doesn't exist in a vacuum. You know,
it does have an effect, but then after you're making it seem like it's important to a certain extent, where it's not as important as a lot of other subjects.
I'll put it like this: does it have an effect to the people who have children in school and they're having their kids injected and given pills which alter them in ways that are permanent by the by the ideological forces of what I was just talking about? All right. Does it matter then? How far does it actually have to go?
Here's the thing: why do you care about those people so much?
I care about kids. You know, they're innocent.
Yeah, but why? You don't have one, and you don't want one. So why do you care about other people's kids or the rest of the world?
Isn't that just being a decent person? Like,
no,
shouldn't we all care about like people who can't help themselves and are?
I think we should mind our business on some things. Not everything is my business. Like,
it is though.
This is a good discussion because you know what?
All right, so
morality.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, no.
At what point do we have morals?
No, I was just gonna say,
everybody's business is my business.
No, but we're gonna wrap this one up.
Okay.
I'm mainly because that this one is great. I feel like
Okay. So. All right. Well, we'll see y'all on the next one, but we'll just jump on to the next.
That's as delicate as I'm ever gonna be.
I feel you. All right.